For as long as I can remember, I've always been fascinated by shapes. There is a lot of geometry in my DNA, in the way my brain works, the way I dream of things and imagine objects. When I was a child, I liked getting lost in my dreams, which often had to do with architecture and designing big spaces. These dreams later became, in some sense, part of my job. My research area is geometric analysis, which provides a way of studying the concept of shape through the mathematical notion of curvature. I constantly aim at advancing this field, both in its purity and in connection with theoretical physics. Often, my work has to do with discovering new shapes, or more precisely proving that certain shapes with very peculiar properties actually exist. A good example of my work is the construction of localized solutions for Einstein's equations in general relativity. In a nutshell, Richard Shane and I proved the existence of spacetimes having large regions that are indistinguishable from the Minkowski spacetime, where no gravity is perceived at all, and yet may contain, in other regions, lots of black holes, where extremely strong gravitational fields take place. Here is another example. Suppose you take a spherical container, like a fishbowl, and it contains two incompressible fluids, each accounting for half of the total volume. What are the possible equilibrium configurations for such a system? We obviously think of the simplest scenario, where the interface is just a flat disk. But how about more exotic interfaces? This question kept mathematicians busy for almost 40 years. In 2020, Giada Franz, Mario Schulz and I solved it. In mathematical terms, we proved that in the Euclidean ball, there exist free boundary minimal surfaces with connected boundary and any positive genus. In some sense, the familiar flat disk is just the ground state we observe in nature. I think I periodically need to take on new challenges and start thinking about new problems. I don't like to settle. Art, in all of its forms, be it painting or architecture or fashion, is still a great source of inspiration to me. It opens my mind to new perspectives. It helps me breaking rules. It elevates my soul to new dimensions. I am naturally attracted by beauty. The beauty of shapes, but also the beauty of simple, powerful mathematical ideas. I believe there is a lot in common among diverse human enterprises, which one can hardly describe in words, and yet is perceivable. At the end of the day, we all just aim at getting a bit closer to truth.